check if everything is working. Alright, let's check the sound. Because I've been messing with my mic all day yesterday, so maybe it will be better today. been doing so. Man, clicking on someone, it's the hardest thing in this game. The targeting is like it's like right at the nameplate. It's nice with no fall damage. It's gonna be sad when they take that back out. surprised no one has taken me up on the offer for free buffs. I wish I had people just free buffing out. I really need someone to make me weak flux. Smelt this down. Sell off some stone. Head to the professional smelters. I wonder if this masonry guy buys stone though. just need to calculate like how much for a full set. Breastplate. Full set. Just need a bunch of rawhide scraps. sell this tattered rawhide? Do I want to just seamstress split that bitch? Seam ripper. Silver 50. Unfortunate, I'm just barely away from that. But I wonder if it's better. Can I just buy how much for the scraps? Only 4, but they're 10. That sucks. Might be able to find some though somewhere else. Sell one of those. I'll sell 2 of those actually. Then get our seam ripper here. All right. Yeah, no, the game I think is really good. The PvP I think has a not necessarily a long way to go, but it has a decent way to go, and I'm not sure this rule set is what I would prefer. I think the item loot part is bad. I don't know if there's a way around that just being bad. Like, losing a piece of equipped gear, to me, goes against everything that, like, EverQuest stands for. And ends up making the game about no drop / crafting gear that you don't necessarily want to wear. Which I think, like, is not the EverQuest experience. No, you lose 1 piece of equipped gear. Now, they don't necessarily have to take that. Like, if they want, basically, you can take 1 item from the other person, excluding their weapons, weapon slots, range slots, like the ammo slot, any of the kind of the weaponry you can't take. You can't take no drop, and you can't take backpacks. But anything in the backpacks or anything on the person that's not no drop, the equipped items, you can take 1 piece. And so, I don't know. I don't like that. It makes it feel like last night we were dungeoning down in Wormsbane, and you get like a ring drop, and the ring is not no drop. So then it's like everyone, the person who won it, instead of being like excited about winning it, was like, oh, I can't wait to donate this to some guy who just kills us. So it like takes away, to me, a little bit of the magic of EverQuest, which is like grinding, spending hours to get that 1 rare drop, and to just lose it to some guy that that kills you, or some group that just murders you. I don't know. It sucks to me, and I wish it was just bag loot. I mean, I'll be honest, it's probably 70 to 80% EverQuest. Now, it's not, obviously all the content is new, and the systems are new-ish, but like if you're playing a cleric, your cleric is going to do a lot of the same things that it does from EverQuest, but they also added some new skills. So like if you played WoW, they added like some discipline priest skills, and things like that. Like you get paladin bubble, I think, as cleric. So like they're throwing in some of their own stuff as well. So it's not just EverQuest, but I mean, it's impossible to ignore. I mean, look at the UI, look at it. You know, it's impossible to ignore that it's heavily inspired by EverQuest, but it's a it's a new game on its own. The PvP they're still working on, so it's like they're still working on like the systems. Um, so it's like right now it's kind of janky PvP just because I think people are still figuring out how it's gonna work. But I think it's fun. Like I said, I think the item loot is the not great part right now, but I don't know. Maybe it works out. Let's see. These chat settings reset each time. I think the game, though, is really fun. Will ever have objectives? I think they probably will. I mean, the big objective, I mean, I wouldn't say it's objective, but the big thing right now is that, like, you can fight people off of camps, which becomes a big problem on PvE servers because there's no way. It's just like if you can't. Shadow Knight is quite good. Probably, in my eyes, besides Fighter, it's probably the best tank. But I think it's very, very good. Almost too good. Like everything it does is strong, especially on a PvP server. But yeah, I think they'll put in PvP objectives, probably, maybe in 1 or 2 zones. Nick seems to really like PvP, who's the GM, or one of the devs, I mean. And so I think like him putting in objectives would be good. And obviously there's always going to be like special mobs and things like that are going to cause fights. So I think EverQuest doesn't need to worry too much about the objective part for PvP. I think there's always going to be people that want to fight, you know, over things. But I think the equipped item loot part discourages a lot of fun gameplay to me. Because like basically right now, if I don't have a healer, why would I want to roam around out in the world with my gear on? Because I know like I'm by myself, 2 people gank me, or 1 person that's 4 levels higher than me ganks me, and now I just donate a piece of gear that now I have to replace. So it kind of like, it to me, and maybe it changes later, but it's going to create like everyone just sitting in cities until they have their full group. And then just a few really twinked out gankers killing people. And to me, that's not the PvP I would encourage, but I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, I do not know, I want to seam rip these items. How do I do it? Yeah, Ranger, I have a Ranger. Right now, they're considered the weakest class, but they also don't have track. And so I think track will make them a lot better. And they kind of, their damage is kind of in the middle ground. They kind of don't have a role right now. It's like you're not enough damage, you don't have track. They're very EverQuest Ranger right now that without like really a spot. I love the class. I think it's really fun. They kind of feel like they don't have a spot right now. Elementalist on the other hand is amazing. Because your pets all do things for the group. Like your Earth pet is going to be the root, has a root that it can cast. The Wind pet gives Wind Fury to the group. So it is incredible. If they decided to killing your own reduced your faction. Yeah, they've talked about kind of doing some sort of karma hit to like criminals, but then it becomes hard to police and like how does it work? And it becomes like a huge system, and I don't know. Maybe they'll do it. Ripper and leatherworking or tailoring kit. Yeah, people have said that they might need to do some sort of faction or something. power station. Oh, okay. That would work. Actually, that will not work. Oh. I'm stuck. What do we do? Wow. Okay. That's big. I haven't seen... My friend plays an Elementalist, and I haven't seen him PvP with it yet. I think the Elementalists will have power spikes. So once you hit level 8, you become very strong for that level range, because that's when you get your new spells. They seem strong, because you're going to have a good pet. You have a good pet, and then you can get all these extra buffs, and you have a good nuke. So I think overall they'll be good. But I haven't seen them yet. I don't know. Pets can be annoying in towns because there's this bug right now where people can pull your pet and then get the guards to attack it. And then you die to guards with your pet out. And pets can be kind of expensive to summon currently. But I think the class is probably going to be good. I swear I had more tattered leather. Rawhide belt. But I'm really enjoying all these little extra things that they've put in the game. There's a lot of things that people don't know or realize yet. I think my favorite thing to do is arbitration, which means like there's a few merchants that buy things at a discount. They're called greedy or shady merchants, and you can buy stuff from them. And if you're willing to run it to the right merchant, they'll buy that same item for more. So it's like rewarding you for your runtime. And it's a good way early on to make money. So I'm constantly going to the shady merchants, it's like finding deals almost. And I would, if you had told me that, like I'm not like a deal finder in real life or like a shopper. So like, I don't know, but in the game world, it's a lot of fun. Like finding when people like, oh, they just sold this, they don't realize they could have gotten double the price somewhere else. I think that's one of my favorite things of this game, actually. Beastmaster or Shaman? Beastmaster right now doesn't have its pets in, so it's probably it's a class that, from what I hear, falls off really fast because the pets don't really do anything yet. They're still building out the class. Shaman's incredible. Shaman is one of the best healers. You get all the all the healers. Why am I not? Okay. All the healers get their spells a lot sooner than in EverQuest. So like this druid already has Spirit of the Wild at 6 or at 8. But I want to say shaman get like haste at 4 or 8. It's very early on. And they get each of the healing classes get kind of signature heal lines. So I think as far as some flavor in the healers, they're all pretty good. I do wish they copied Pantheon a little bit and added a mana return type of spell for all the healers to make it not to where you just sit down after you heal. But I do like the... What was I doing? I do like how they added like little signature healing lines for each of the healers. But yeah, Shaman's great. Can melee? I don't know. I think they get a pet. I want to say they get a wolf pet or a bear pet, something like that. But I wouldn't say they're a melee class. I would say they're more of a buffing healer type with a lot of debuffs and a lot of buffs. So like doing DOTs and stuff like that. Yeah, shamans. I don't know. I don't think you're gonna. I don't think you're gonna want a melee, because also most of the melee classes, like if you look here, I get slam. This slam skill does a lot of my DPS, and that's given to the melee type classes, and I don't think shaman gets that. So I don't think they would be, if you're looking for something that's more melee. If you're, but I think Beastmaster will be that. So if you're looking for a melee class that has shaman spells, Beastmaster, I think they're planning on mixing, I think it's supposed to be like rogue shaman or warrior shaman as like the Beastmaster combination. So I think that would be probably a class you're interested in if you're looking for like someone that has some of the spells, but not all of them completely. Or if you're looking, I would say the other one is Ranger, kind of also fits that bill, because they are warrior druid. So you get some of the druid utility, but you're a melee class. And that's why I typically play those classes, because I like that combination. And it keeps it kind of interesting having spells to cast while still being a melee class, which is also why I picked the SK over like a fighter. But yeah, right now just having to craft a bunch of armor for all my classes. And it just sucks knowing that, like, okay, so I go out and I craft like a breastplate or something, and in your first death, someone's just gonna take that. Hold on. Cat jumped on the countertops. Let me see. We fought basically every class. Bard is really strong. Bard, like if you have a team set up like on Discord where the mezzes go out properly, like the control classes right now are very, very strong. So like Enchanter, Bard, maybe Inquisitor, although I haven't fought many Inquisitors, but we've fought, from what I understand, Monk is a little weak right now. Yeah, Bard is basically just an S tier class just because of what they provide. So they provide in a group, not only do they do just damage, right? Your melee, so you have some like direct damage spells. Not only that, but you have charm, so you can charm a pet, you can mez a pet, or you can mez mobs. You can placate mobs so that like if they're social aggro and you'll aggro 4 of them, you can placate them so where you just pull 1 or 2. So it's big for groups. You get health regen, you get, I want to say, attack speed buff, You get mana regen song. So like you get so much as a bard. You get the run speed song, which is great in PvP. So bard is maybe the best class overall. But we fought everything. Necros are really strong because of the CC, like fear chains right now. Fighter is very strong. Rogues are strong. Anything with a healer, obviously, the healers are strong. Cleric is a very good PvP healer. I'm trying to think what else. SK strong. But I would say the biggest ones tend to be like Bard plus a healer plus a damage dealer. What is that gonna make? I'm at 12. I need another 3 or 18 plus 14, so 2 more. And then I think I need copper pants. Copper plate pants, maybe? Pants are gonna be 3. Let's do 2 just to be safe. Archer is very strong in PvP. I think they're a decent DPS class. Right now, they're just not built out. They're built out to level 8. My brother plays an Archer. He loves it. It's a run and gun class a little bit, so that's kind of fun. You have a lot of mobility. You get like Hunter Disengage from WoW. You get like a rooting shot and things like that. So you're kind of like a kiter, kiting type archer range class. I think it's gonna be a fun class to play. It just isn't built out past level 8 right now. Fighter is strong in PvP because you would think that it's EverQuest fighter, but it's more like a classic WoW fighter. You get charge, you get an AoE fear, you get like a 4-second stun. So you get more mobility that from like a classic WoW in EverQuest as the fighter. Fighter does a lot of damage, so you get like that slam skill. So the problem with the EverQuest fighter was you just didn't have skills. It's like you pressed one button and then auto attacked. So until you were fully geared out, you didn't do much. In this game, fighter has more of those skills that you would expect from like a classic WoW type of thing. So fighter is very strong. Some people say it's one of the strongest PvP classes currently. Archer, they've made ranged attacking much more smooth in this game than EverQuest. In EverQuest, you had to obviously like hit the shoot button. Archer, once you hit auto attack, it just auto attacks for you. And then you get skills that you can do while running. The nice thing about Ranger is Ranger also gets that auto attack ability, so that if they're at range, you just automatically pull out your bow. You don't have to hit shoot. If you're not Ranger or Archer, you will have to hit shoot. Like you'll have to put it, I think, on a bar. I'm not sure. So that's the benefit of the Ranger and Archer. But I've really liked all the classes. Yeah, I mean, It depends. It depends. I think the game, like level 1 to maybe 20, is fleshed out for the most part. Like most of the trade skills, so you can see like on my guy here, like this is plate armor that I crafted. There's multiple levels of the plate armor, so like this is copper, there's bronze armor. You know, they have, I would say they have, like when you get a piece of gear, it updates the image on your character. The trade skills are largely in. I think the things that are missing are like a couple of classes, like Beastmaster, Archer. They're kind of missing a lot of their skill set currently. Ranger without track, obviously. Ranger's pretty much built out, it just doesn't have track. And then there's, you know, there's dungeons to play, there's areas to grind. There's only one starting city, but they're building out the second starting city currently. There's some like balance issues just with the PvP, but I mean that's to be expected, and I don't really want them yeah. I don't really want them working on that part just yet, like let them get the game out first. But I think they have 2 more playtests and then it's going into early access. So they're moving along. I think the game is a lot more than it sounds right now, maybe from me describing it. Like it feels like a game when you play it. Unless, like I said, unless you're an Archer or Beastmaster, in which case you're still kind of waiting on some of your stuff to come through. But it's free, so if you're thinking about it, you might as well try it. And come to the PvP server, of course. Let's see, we'll dump off this. Yeah, no, they're still building it out. So like they're building out Kelethin right now, or the Kelethin equivalent, right? They're building that. That's the second city they're building. What's really fun right now too is no one knows anything. So like even how to break down the seam ripper, how to break down leather stuff. Like I didn't know how to do that. So it's right now, it's like that early on part where like everyone is trying to figure out like, oh, how do you do alchemy? Or how do you make arrows? Like we figured out last time that you can make copper arrows, and it doesn't say how to. We just like obviously combined some stuff and figured it out. There's also like dungeons they're putting in secretly all the time. So we found a secret dungeon this time that no one knows about. So like it's very much in that like early discovery phase that, you know, the EverQuest hasn't had that early discovery phase in 20 years. So it's really fun, I think, right now, figuring out like, oh, what does this do? What does that do? Oh, you can do this by, you know, doing this. That kind of stuff has been really fun. What did I want to do? I wonder if... Because there's a skinning knife, and now it makes me think that maybe you could skin hides or something. Yeah. I know, the population keeps growing every single play test. So I think, right now it's looking good. I think they're on track. If you've played Pantheon, it's in a way better state than Pantheon. Like this game feels way more cohesive than Pantheon does currently. Yeah, I don't know if I haven't heard anything specifically about if they're putting in racial abilities. That will be interesting to see. to build out an armor set for my rogue. So see, like these Ashira tails, this is one of those things that no one knows about right now. So what you do is you buy an Ashira tail for 20 copper. Let me grab some more money real quick. So those Ashira tails are 20 copper right there. You can have all the crafting skills, but generally you'll start out with one of your like racial starts. So like this character started out with blacksmithing, I believe. And so naturally you start out. So these are the kind of like you mentioned racials. They're called like minor non-combat, minor combat, major non-combat, major combat. You can choose, like, obviously this is blacksmith, and some basically to like get you started. Okay. I forget what I was saying. Oh, the crafting. Yeah, so you do get, I guess like that's what you would consider racials more so, would be you get these 4 different choices, and each one of these will have like other choices. You kind of choose, so it kind of defines your early game, and then maybe how you grow as a class a little bit. But see, no one knows that you can take these Ashira tails, bring it to this old rankle guy, hand it in, and he hands you back a piece of tattered rawhide. You get some experience, and you get that armor. So normally what I would do if I was trying to make money is now I would just go and sell the armor, and then I make more money than the Ashira tails cost, and that's just because I know that you can turn them in right there. So there's a lot of like little things like that with buying and selling that I really like about this game. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I could see it. It's how they limit it is those vendors don't always have the same stuff. It's based off of like other people selling it. So what's happening most likely is other people come to sell at this cook, right? Like these guys. And then they don't realize that they could do with the Ashira tails. And so it's like it's an opportunity basically for, if you know the game well, you can make money off of people. Put this up here. So usually what my girlfriend really likes to do is she will go to all the different shady merchants that buy things at half price and then look for things that people are too lazy to sell. So here's another perfect example. I know that these Ashira Warrior Bracers do the same thing that I just talked about with Old Rankle, just to a different guy. And so I just kind of scan this and I look for stuff that people sell, like these snake things, just like really quick things that I can sell. All these bad eyes, for instance, you can sell. And it's just from people being lazy, or they don't want to run it. But that particular merchant, if they just knew that they could take these things and literally run 4 feet over and sell it here for double the price, and just like that, it's like just like little things like that. And then that's not the only, you know, you find that those aren't even the really popular shifty merchant to sell to. This one out here is more dangerous, obviously, on a PvP server. When I have all my links on me, but I'll show you. So this one's out in the newbie yard. So this one is usually packed. You can also get a free bag from him. So see, he's selling 2 of those bracers. So I'll buy from him. But see, like, you could buy all this stuff. And if you know where to run it, it's like this cracked staff. If I had the money, I would buy it because I know you can flip that for 5 silver. So this is one of my favorite parts of the game, honestly, is like I'll go out there and look at these, what people are selling, just grab it real quick. And yeah, rogues get perma stealth, but the see invisibility skill that classes have allows me to see them. And I want to say that they might be experimenting with more of a WoW rogue stealth design, where like if you get too close, you become visible. So those bracers you give to this guy, and he gives you tattered rawhide. And if you wanted to make money, you would just sell those. But right now, I actually need the rawhide scraps from them. And so like, and this guy also, there's different merchants buy at different, most of the mages have see invis. Interesting. Corroded bronze. Interesting. So this is where the corroded stuff is. That's huge, actually. So most of the caster classes, like if it's a mage type class, they usually get see invis. I know Druid. The Druid has it. Probably Shaman as well. What am I doing? I need to go craft the armor set after I break this down. Like, what do you mean? Get it as a spell? Because, yeah, you get it as a spell. Let me see if I can seam rip multiple things. No. So right now I have my druid can buff see and viz on my guy if I need it. No. Shadow Knight, I don't believe does. Let me see. I get invis versus undead. Yeah. No, I get invisibility versus undead. Inquisitor is interesting. I played Inquisitor for the early levels, like up to level 5-ish. It's a enchanter tank. You're kind of an anti-mage. It's interesting. I think it's very good in PvP. I think it's very good in PvP because you get mez. I think most of the time it's not that great in dungeons because you'll probably have a CC class with you. But if you don't, obviously to be able to have a mezer who's your tank is really nice. The problem is that once stuff is hitting you, it's going to be hard to get a cast off, just like an EverQuest, right? Like you have to channel through the damage. And so if your mezer is also tanking like 4 mobs, you're not going to get a single cast off, which makes mezzing hard. So I think Inquisitor is a really fun tank. I think it's very good in PvP probably. Because you get like, I want to say you get maybe like a mana drain, you get like magic resist, you get all this stuff that I think like in PvE, you'll be decent. You just won't be, I think, as tanky as some of the others. Rawhide scraps suck to farm, I'll say that. Let's see what this corroded bronze. Tarnished. So how do I... Bronze scraps. How much are bronze scraps? That's the question. I think we may be in luck here for a little money-making endeavor. Nobody's on these bronze scrap game yet. I'm also wondering who even has bronze scrap. selling shit. God, the rawhide scrap. Look at that. 2 pieces per. That's crazy. Need 2 of these. Small stuff. I don't really need limestone. This. I'm wondering if I can break something down like I can. For leather working. Let's see if we can figure out who makes these bronze scraps. Bard might get melee. Oh shit. That sells for a lot. Bard might get melee. I don't know. I'd have to ask my buddy who plays it. Copper chain links for this cheap. I'm gonna buy those up. I know they. I mean, obviously I know they get auto attack. I'm unsure. I want to say they do. Really hoping that guy had bronze scraps. Now, can I smelt a weapon down? Let's try this. Pliers. Guess not. Let me try. That's the forge. What about the animal here? No, I didn't think so, but. Another little fun thing that not many people know about is if you swim in a bathhouse, you get a buff. Which is especially good for Bard class. Because it's a charisma buff. Called Fair and Fresh. Yeah, there's a lot of like cool little things that they've done like that you know, we're still just figuring out. There's also a whole campfire system in this where you set up campfires at your, like where you're going to be farming mobs, and you get a small health regen and a increase in experience. For some bronze scrap. I don't know who would sell it. And that's the thing, is like a lot of times it's just random finding the right merchant that has the right bronze scrap on it. Yeah, I think Dwarf Bard would be good. The halflings also look amazing. You can get this hairstyle that covers your eyes that I think is incredible. Just really hoping. See, these corroded bronze stuff I could make. I just don't know. Where you get the bronze scrap or how you make bronze scrap. Is that I wonder if that's crafted by me. Dwarfs also do the front flip. Goblins, also amazing. They do backflips when you do your kick. So when you do your interrupt, they do backflips, which is awesome. Look, they look amazing. So here's Gnome. This is what Gnome looks like. That's Gnome, like old man. Let's try to see if there's any halflings about. I don't think they're all gnomes. Dwarfs are awesome. The beard graphics are really nice. What was I gonna do here? Oh yeah, let's go and check to see if I can make bronze scraps. Huh. Bronze plate. How do I get bronze scrap? That's the question. How does one? I wonder if do I have to take bronze and like break it down or something? Oh, there we are. We're gonna buy all of this. We are buying all of that. Because I don't think people know about it. Try and make one of these bronze pieces. It is quite pricey. scraps. See if we can find us a cheap piece of corroded here. Because it will be stolen the first time I die. So that's part of the problem with item loot. Is like, I should be excited to make this new armor. And instead, I'm thinking, oh, if I die once, I'm giving away that piece of armor that took me a while to get, you know? It just doesn't make sense to me. So corroded bronze chain. Ah, I see. This is all chain. AC6. What's the plate versions? 6. Although I could probably make a sword. Corroded bronze. Great sword, 6 silver, 1347. Okay, so that'd be better, but good God, this shit's expensive. Very pricey, very pricey. Okay, I think we try it though. We're gonna try 6. Jesus, everything is fucking pricey. Maybe we just get the trident to start. Oh, I don't know. I'm just debating if I need to go check before I buy it. It's so fucking expensive. There's no anvil out here. Okay, so if we make the scythe. Oh, what? Wow, with just a sharpening stone? So legs. So we get 4 AC, that's a lot more. But costs 6 silver. Bronze plate leggings yet? Looks like it's probably not worth it to make it yet. I need to... Oh my god. So this is one of those times, I don't know why someone just put 45 tails in there. We gotta make money. This is what we call the mother load. Or do I break it down into scraps? That's the other thing. I guess I'll break a little bit of it down into scraps. I'll sell it. I'll do the rest. I'll do some of these in the scraps here. was a beautiful flip. Let's see if there's anything else. How much raw meat it's going for? You can flip that. Oh, 20 copper, no way. It's over here. So this guy that I'm about to go to only comes out at night. If I can remember where he's at. So you can only interact with this merchant at night, but because of that, a lot of people don't know he exists. If I can find where he spawns. Yeah, this guy. Giant. So this is a flip. How much do they weigh? 5 though, that's the problem. Buy 1 or 2 of these. How much do they weigh? 2.5. I know I can flip these. Close by. The armor merchant. Wow, that's super close, actually. I thought I could. I swear I could. What the fuck? Okay, yeah. 2 feet away. This is... This is some of the easiest money. way here. Still both these scraps. I'm running out of fucking room. Quick flips here, and then I think I'm going to eat some lunch. See, I'm wondering if I can't flip these. How but they weigh too much. That's the problem. If there was someone close by I could sell them to, it would be different. Alright, let's start buying up. That should sell. Then we'll go out to the guy out there and try and get some. So a shit ton of bad eyes. They have to be lightweight and stack. Which is the meat. Might as well buy the meat. Hungry. quick run drop off here. That's not the correct person. Just to see if we can get someone to buy it. Does it stack is the question. No. That is the issue. Take a break to eat. that can go on the far side. Satchels for the tank. Alright. I'm going to take a break, eat some food, then I'll be back on.